Well, after 25 years of delivering approximately 2,000 paid speeches and over $50 million in speaking income, I want to give you the 5 reasons that you should not become a professional speaker. Now, most of the time you hear people that are in speaking, like myself, that have gone over the world and made a career out of this in a business. We talk about why it's so great, and frankly, it is great, but there are some reasons. There are some reasons you should not get into this business, because we ran the Bill Gove Speech Workshop, for 25 years all over the world, training thousands of speakers, and a fair amount of people come into this business the wrong way with the wrong expectations. And so I want to list 5 of the reasons that you should not get in this business, okay? If you fall into this trap, this is not the business for you. Number 1, you just want to tell your story. Okay, I'm going to give it to you straight without sounding like a jerk. Nobody cares. Sorry, nobody cares. If you just want to tell your story, join a church, talk to your small Bible group, talk to your small religious group, talk to Rotary, Kiwanis, Moose, Elks, Lions, etc., the men's club, the women's club. Anyone will listen to you. Tell them your story. Here's the bottom line. Nobody cares about your story or my story, and they're not going to pay you to tell your story. Now, if you're a celebrity, then it's different. But if you're not, they don't care. What they want are solutions to their problems. And if you can speak about those, they'll pay you if your solutions are very good. Okay, if they're not, forget it. Okay, number 2. You think everyone needs to hear your message. They don't. The speaking business is highly contextual. In other words, you speak about a niche market problem, a solution to a problem in a niche market. For example, I spoke over 25 years about mental toughness, and I did turnarounds for large corporate sales teams like Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble, Microsoft, etc., where we went in and helped increase sales and market share with major teams over a 12 to 18 month period. Very, very highly specific, contextual program. Not everyone needs to hear that message, but it does work. Our message did work for that particular audience. Would it work for general audiences? Probably not. Same with yours. Number 3, you live for the applause and the affirmation of the audience. Again, I risk sounded like a jerk. If you need applause and you need affirmation, don't join the speaking business. Get therapy. You need help. If you live for that, if you need the applause of the audience, you will always be beholden to them. You will always be looking for that affirmation, and that is the worst and the weakest place you can possibly be on stage as a speaker when you need their approval. You are leading an audience through change. If you need their approval, you're dead. You're not going to make any money. Number 4 is you need to be the center of attention. Again, join a group that does plays, or get on stage somehow, or join Toastmasters. You can be the center of attention when you speak at Toastmasters, or again, a church group or civic clubs or anything like that, where they're not paying you to do it. You're talking about asking to get paid $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 an hour. And if the only reason you're doing it is because you like to be the center of attention, you're never going to make it. Number 5, you want to get rich quick. It's a real bad business to get rich quick. Now, can they become relatively wealthy as non-celebrities? Oh yeah. Some of us, like me, we made, tens of millions of dollars, and other speakers have as well. So the money's there. But if that's the reason, the core reason you're doing it, you are in the wrong business. Frankly, I don't know of any business where you get rich quick, but this is one of the worst businesses to do that. You have to do this. The reason to do this is because you love your solutions to problems. You love helping organizations. You love helping people. Okay, and you love to do it through speaking, but you're solving a problem. That's the only reason anyone is ever going to pay you. And I want to wrap up with this, because I've heard this for 25 years from emerging speakers who never make it. They say, I just want to get up there and share my life story. Again, nobody cares. They care about solutions to their problems, and that's it. If your story can be mixed in with a solution, okay, that might work if it's a good story. But if your story is your foundation, you're in the wrong business. Join Toastmasters, again, join a church group, something else, and tell it. No one's going to pay you to tell that story. Okay, so get in for the right reasons. And if you fall into any of these traps, you're going for the wrong business. Now, let me again wrap with this. You're not going to hear this at the National Speaker Association. I promise you. I chaired their most powerful group in the world from 2010 2011. I've been a member since the inception. I've been a member of NSA. I was a member for 20 years. So I know Bill Gove, my mentor and business partner, was the first president, and was the coach of the founder, Cavett Roberts. So I know a little bit about NSA. You won't hear it there. You might hear it in the hallways from honest people, but you're not going to hear it typically at conventions and stuff like that, because they want you to join the organization. They're going to tell you all these great things. This is a serious business for serious people with solutions to problems. Organizations don't really hire speakers. They hire smart people who happen to speak. They deliver solutions partially through speaking. And that's it. They really don't want anyone else, okay? So if you just want to speak, you can do it for free. If you want to make it commercially viable, you got to be very serious and know why you're doing it, and it needs to be for the right reasons. Thanks.